welcome to the Magenta show here, supposedly live at 11. We're at 11:07 today. We've had technical issues, but thank you. Amy's in the house. Woohoo! Today I'm so pumped and so excited because Amy has been on the Magenta show season 1.
Yes.
You had the most views ever, 4.2k views.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You hold the record.
Awesome.
People love you, obviously. But we invited Amy back for a very special reason. We're going to share it all with you in a few moments. First of all, my darlings, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for those who shared last week's episode. Your books are in the post to you that you won as the thank you prize for sharing the show the most on timelines and groups. But also remember, the show's about you. So I want you, and there's some very exciting picks today. You want to think very carefully. Are you drawn to number 1, number 2, or number 3? Some very powerful guidance messages are going to be revealed to you at the end of the show, okay? So as you think of what your number is, I want you to put it in the comments box because I go back and check what you've picked. 1, 2, or 3. Okay, let's clear the deck here. Get ready for the show. Amy.
Moira.
1 year ago you were on the show. Can you believe it's a year?
Okay. This year has been bananas, so it's going to be fun to talk about because so much has happened in the last year since I was, introduced, like fully immersed into the color and what it means, and then I've taken the practitioner course, and I've just amazing stuff has been happening.
Yeah. So Amy came as a guest on the show and kind of walked in very innocently into this room full of color bottles and went, "Oh, what's all of that about?" And we started having conversations. And next thing she said, "I have to learn what this is." And it's been quite a year because you've kind of done a little loop with the color and the information that the color mirror system gives you. Tell us a little bit about that story.
Well, I never left the color, but I sort of went in and out and in and out. Since I've joined in this group, in this family, it's been amazing. The people are lovely. The colors just speak to me. As a designer, my whole world has been about color.
Yeah.
So to then find out there's another little level to it that I never even knew existed was okay, I have to figure out what's going on with that. So from pulling cards and reading those messages and using the website to kind of choose which bottles are standing out to me today, and then looking at the meanings, and it's just been incredible. So much stuff.
What changed for you? Because if you're this is now for all the graphic designers out there, right? If you're a graphic designer and you're used to working with color and you consult with clients on which colors to use for their branding and come up with their logos and whatever their branding package is, how has the color mirror system and the color analysis that brings the soul colors in to the story, how has that changed your business? How is the consulting process with a client different, or is it different?
Well, I started with me in doing my soul colors with you at a workshop, and my whole life has been about creativity, about almost channeling out when I'm talking to someone. I can't tell anybody how that logo came out or how that design came out. I don't know. And some corporations want all that backstory. Yeah. And so when I couldn't give it to them, I felt a little I don't know if I'm doing it right. But it just came out and everyone's happy, so who cares?
Yeah.
But now I don't do anybody's branding without doing the color analysis first.
Yeah, and based on the color mirror system, which is Melissa's teachings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm about creating enriched brand stories. Oh. So you can have, just randomly choose a color, or you can randomly choose images. But once you've gone through this process with the color mirror system and choosing your colors for your business, now you have a story. Now you have, this is me. If we're looking at these colors and you see right in front of you, that's you. That's your business, or that's the business name or the business birthday, like the Incorporation day. It gives clients a new perspective.
I love what you say, an enriched brand story. That's a hashtag moment, that enriched brand story. By adding the color mirrors in, what Amy's discovered as a graphic designer, that it's enriched the client's process, because now they have a story attached to the brand and to the colors and to how it's evolved. Exactly. It's not just a graphic designer was clever and came up with it. This is literally, you can give the soulness of the process. I think what you're doing is you're injecting soul into people's business branding.
Yes. Now, prior to that, I've done other things where I've done like, injecting like their passion into it, but that sort of raised issue because nobody really thought about their passion. They knew they were, they had passion in their life, but they couldn't pinpoint it. Yeah. So the way I explain it to people that don't know what's going on is, so maybe getting a little woo-woo, but when you came through and landed on this planet, the date you had landed here and the colors that are associated with that are like a hidden message to your higher self who came onto this planet and forgot why the heck you showed up here.
Yeah.
And so if you just can look at it from a point of view that you are being given this little message and it was hidden in your birthday all along, or it was hidden in the business message dates all along, and you just kind of dig that out and now it's there. You don't even have to think about what you're passionate about because it's right there.
Love it, love it, love it. That's exactly why the teaching the numerology and the colors together in a program is one of my passion courses. It's one of the things I really am very, very passionate about teaching. I only run those programs every now and again, but when I do, oh my word, I end up having the most amazing time. So just for those of you who don't know, Amy is actually the graphic designer of the Magenta show logo. And she did a very, very clever thing here again. And what she did was she took the O-rings that are part of the Moira Bush brand logo and you inverted it, right? Mm-hmm. And then came up with the whole process. I mean, it's like linking the one brand to the next.
Yeah, the negative space in the Magenta show are the removal of the rings from you. Yeah.
And again, there's a story, because now the way that you did it is you've linked my branding with the branding of a show. And the other thing, for those of you who don't know, is Amy actually redesigned. I had a book out, and the design was actually terrible. And because I loved Amy so much, I asked her to come and do a presentation to the mentoring group that I run here in Canada. And at the end of the mentoring group, after giving everybody a talk about branding and upping themselves, she says, and by the way, Moira, when are you going to change your book cover? So I did. Yeah. So this is a design, and also what Amy's done is she's come up with a concept. So when 8 Colors of Spirituality comes out, we keep the same format. We use the same. We're going to have this brand consistency in the series of 8 color books that are coming out.
Yeah.
So I want to just say to you, I'm very, very grateful for that, Amy.
Oh, you're welcome. It turned out beautifully, and when we're working from this space, then pretty much everything you do is just easy after that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So what we thought we would do today was to actually share your date of birth and some of what you went through. And of course, what I have to say to you straight off the bat here, viewers, is this is a sacred moment. Whenever you do a date of birth and you do a name reading for a client and it goes public, you're all being invited into a soul's view of this fantastic, incredible Amy Barroso. So this is a sacred moment because we offer this reading to every single guest that comes on the Magenta show. And so far, they just want general life purpose, just readings to solve a problem for me. They don't always opt for this one. I think
really?
That's it, because it is a glimpse into the soul of who you are. At this point in time, anybody viewing this episode is going to know exactly who you are. And you can't hide it. It's in the world to see. So you okay with this? She's okay with this? Okay.
I am exposing right now.
So we're going to have a look at Amy's date of birth, and we actually created a little chart as well that I've got a copy to give you after the show, but it's also going to go onto the screen. So your date of birth is the 25th of March, and it's 1968. And when you add all the digits up, it comes to numbers. So the first thing we look at is the day you were born. So let me get all the bottles out. So the day you were born is the 25th. I just want to check that Michael's got that on screen. He's good with that, the 25th. And then it becomes if you add all the digits up, it becomes a 34. And 3 plus 4 gives you a 7. So literally just in 3 bottles. You can also do the 2 plus 5 if you want to extend this by adding it and turning it into another 7. No, quite correct. Go for it. So what we have here, the date of birth is 25/7 and the total number is 34/7. So we're just putting an extra bottle in here. You don't always have to do it with numerology, but it makes the reading, gives it a little bit more depth. Plus, in Amy's case here, it's giving you the double 7 sitting as like a double whammy of...
A double whammy.
Listen, Amy, God's speaking to you. Okay, so let's have a look what this means. So first of all, what I do, and this is something that Amy can do for you as well if you're going to have a consultancy with her, is we look here that this ends up being the colors mainly turquoise, and there's yellow, and then there's some royal blue. Okay, so I don't know if you like what I've done for you here, Amy, but I know we've done this before on the workshop, but I thought I would just bring the highlight of it back for you again, right? So people who are born on the 25/7 energy, that come in on the 25th, they're working through issues of trust and betrayal of the heart. And what's so nice here is you just know shit's going to happen when it comes to relationships. It's like you can accept it because it's just going to happen, right? People are going to break your trust, and it's like, okay, well, this is just something that I've got to work through. But you're going to get to a certain point in your life, and this tends to happen when you're fully on that purpose, when you step fully into your soul purpose. That shit stops. And then anybody that comes into your space, you don't attract that need to be betrayed anymore because you're so fully in your own power. So everything where you've been betrayed personally and financially and in business has led you to a point where you can go, okay, I've experienced it all now. I no longer need that lesson in my life. It's to turn you into a master of that. Because it means people coming to you that have betrayal issues and trust issues, you're going to be able to help them. Very, very powerful 25. 34 is 34/7 is a unique life path. It's my life path too, so play my soul out onto the ethers of internet as well. So 34 says you came here, Amy, to bring an end to the ignorance of the self. And what I mean by that is people that are densely conscious and unaware of themselves. They're unaware of the God self or the soul or their spirit self. They're kind of just zombieing through life. And you're here, and collectively here and you will find teams because you work with people. You're going to find ways to raise consciousness on the planet. That is what 34s do. How you do it, the last bottle says the how. As a spiritual teacher, teaching principles, helping people move out of deep judgments or unawareness of themselves. Now, looking at this collectively, the message I have for you is, what is your higher consciousness purpose? To save souls from the wheel of karma.
Ooh.
Pretty deep.
Yikes.
You know what that means?
No.
We're going woo-woo.
Well, it sounded like really deep, but I have no clue what that means.
Okay.
That sounds like a big task.
What humanity has found ourselves in, we keep reincarnating, coming back to the planet because we keep having to balance our books. So we get ourselves into some kind of judgment. We have to come back and work out the judgment because the whole process of higher consciousness learning and life experience is to understand that everything is part of God, and the parts we believe are not. We say that, if you're a racist and you go, there's a specific culture or color person who is different to you and you exclude them, you're saying they're not of God. If you're, whatever you're judgmental about, you're saying is not of God. And you keep having to come back and be that till you learn everything is of God. And that is what the higher consciousness purpose is for 34/7s, is to help humanity work through those watery elements, because it's very turquoise and watery, and it's all about the ocean and Neptune's energy. So it's about working through that murkiness until we can see very, very clearly that there isn't a part of a drop of water in the ocean that is not made of water. You can't take a bucket of water out of the sea and go, this is now water and the sea is something else. Everything is the ocean's water. So
yes.
it's that, if that analogy works.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is that karma, we've got stuck on that karma, we can't get off it, because even the religious teachings that we have now teach us to judge. And they teach us to separate, they teach us to be angry, they teach us that my God is right, or my deity is right and yours is wrong, or mine's more powerful than yours, or mine's the only one. All of that separation, again, taking a bucket of water out of the ocean and going, this bucket of water is more important and better than that water. It's the same water. That is your purpose. Get people back to that knowledge of and moving past the judgment, so that before we die. Because the thing is, when you die with this bloomin' judgments in place, that's karma. You got to come back and be that what that thing you've judged, and work it out again. So that is part of the higher consciousness learning for you and teaching for you. Okay?
Got it.
Got it. Okay, got it. Any 34/7s out there, you have a glimpse into what your higher purpose is. When you first saw these colors, how did you feel about them, Amy? Do you remember on that workshop when you saw them?
I thought they were beautiful, except I was like, that's like the yellow was like a fly in the ointment.
It was a problem, the yellow.
Yeah, everything else seemed to kind of flow nicely, and then it was like, bam, what is that? Where did that come from? And I wasn't really happy about that.
Well, yellow, now, it's that color of joy. It's the color of intellect. It says, you're a smart cookie. You kind of have to claim the fact that you're intelligent. And anybody who goes and have a session with Amy, when she gives you something full of wisdom and smart ass stuff, just take it because she's right. Don't argue with her.
Well, that makes sense because I've had, issues around trusting that I know enough and that I can actually speak in this arena with some sort of intelligence. And I guess when I first saw that, it was like, what, that doesn't belong. Yeah. But over the last year, it started to feel better, and now it's sort of like the sun that's in it.
It's that practice that you've had in the last year. But also the thing you must realize that when yellow and turquoise is so powerfully combined here, this is somebody that combines the channeling. When you said before you had the colors to give you language, things just came out of you. You were channeling. You were bringing soul wisdom through you at that point already, but you have the capacity to also bring in the intellect. And that means you can ground the stuff. Mm-hmm. You're not going to be this woo-woo, fluffy, graphic person out there with this, putting color mirrors. People still get here that there's intelligence and grounding in the process. So, no, it's all good. Okay, awesome. Excellent. Thank you for that. So the next thing we did for you was we had a look at your name in colors. So Amy Barroso's name, what we do when we look at the grid that makes up the name, because each letter in the alphabet relates to a specific number for our audience out there who are not familiar with numerology. So the A, for example, relates to the number 1, B relates to number 2, and the grid goes on everything between the number value of 1 to 9. And that's how we work out the name. So the other thing we do with color mirror system is we break it into consonants and vowels to give us almost two different views of the person. The name is great because we're looking here at a personality. We're here looking at what can you do to action things, to make things happen? What can you do to express yourself, and how can you nurture and look after yourself? How do people perceive you? How do you perceive yourself? Mm-hmm. And a little bit of potential here as well. What is potential that this Amy character or person has? So we took your name and we had a look at Amy Barroso, and your consonants came to 32. So let's have a look. Go for it, girl. 32 and 5. So the 32-5 represents how people see you. Then this is out in the world. Consonants are kind of like your loud megaphone. This is what it's the sound people hear before they hear the vowel. So it's kind of, this is Amy. Who is she? And she is clearly green and royal blue.
Clearly.
What do you think of that?
I'm shocked. I mean, you would think that I would have done my own name by now. But I've just been doing everybody else's stuff. I've done my birthday, so I knew what to expect there. But I have not done my own name, so this is cool.
This is new. All right, so 32 is about communication, and it's the master marketer.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a CEO and marketing companies always pick that bottle because they come from the green of the heart and they communicate through the blue of the throat. So people understand that whenever you speak to them, you're coming from your heart. So it's heart-centered communication, heart-centered marketing and business and graphic advice that you give them. The 5 here is Mercury communication, master communicator. So, Amy, I want to say to you right now that you as Amy Barroso needs to be on stage and tell people what you're saying here on camera. You definitely have the capacity to be that platform speaker, to sell from stage, even to have your business grow and brand yourself to a level of a public speaker and communicator. All right, so straight off, that's just consonants because for
I
this
used
five.
to call in sick at school when it was speech time.
Nope,
Here
can't
in
do it.
Canada, we have to do speeches from, I think, grade 6, 7, and 8,
Yeah.
and I was petrified. I'd be like, I don't feel so good today, Mom, and like every day I would try and like not be that person.
So
But I wasn't Amy Barroso then.
Yeah, well, it's different now. Amy Barroso, and yeah, okay. Let's do the vowels and see where this story takes her. So your vowels came to 14, and of course number 1 and 4 also makes a 5. So you have this theme of doubling up on bottles.
It's like a hammer on the head that says, just
like,
do it.
Doof, doof, yeah. So 14, of course, is the bottle. That's everything to do with the internet, with media, with computers, with technology. It is literally the techno genius bottle. So it's the one that says this Amy Barroso's way she's going to earn money, the way she's going to achieve fame and success, the way she's going to serve people. Everything is through technology. And it, you know, the 5 again says communication, but here it is. This is the vowels. This is the how you see yourself. So this is the view you have of yourself. So, you know, did you have to overcome technology? Did you have to train in it?
I was the sort of go-to person for every place I've ever worked as the computer girl. Like pre-IT departments, it was me. And then when there is no IT department, it's me. And I don't mind doing it, but I do find it interesting how to use technology to advance your message. Yeah. And anytime I can use technology to make something easier, better, faster, then I will do it.
So you're not going to get away from graphic design because and working with people with their branding and helping them in that way, or eventually even taking it further to where you help other graphic designers incorporate the soul process into their work, because it sits there, that knowledge of technology, accessing it and using it as a business platform. 5 again says you can teach people this stuff, you can communicate it to them as well. So I would say here that I think your courses are the kind of courses you can run for graphic designers and people who are interested in adding this to their businesses, that it would be an intimate affair. It would be, because it's your vowels, it's a quiet part of Amy. So you as a teacher, it's not going to be this 1,000 people in the room and try and teach them. You're going to really sit down and get to the nitty gritty of it. You're going to be very exclusive. Yeah, that just feels like that's your story. Happy with that so far? Then what we do is we take the 5 and the 5 and we add them together and we get to bottle number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune.
Love it.
And 1 and 0 gets us 1, because we always in numerology, for those viewers who are not familiar with numerology, we always want to get everything between 1 and 9. All right, we want to get everything to 1 and 9. So there sits number 1, the Sun bottle, and 10, the Wheel of Fortune. So if you were to, as Amy Barroso, go out and do this whole stage communication, selling, marketing, having and focusing on the market of graphic designers and helping them and teaching them, you're going to make a shitload of money because there's the Wheel of Fortune. And it's lovely because it's gold and olive. Olive is the female power, the woman in her power standing up. The gold being rewarded with all this wealth, love and joy.
Nice.
Does that sound good?
I think I'll take it.
It's so funny because when we did the numerology and I was watching you on the workshop, I thought, God, this woman can make a fortune if she just gets these colors into her business. And I didn't realize it was the name part of you, because we mostly looked at date of birth and family trees, but it definitely, I had that instinct that the Wheel of Fortune was part of your process. And which is great, because whenever somebody says the name Amy Barroso, that automatically all of this vibrates. This energy is a vibration around the name, which goes, that woman can help me make money. Do you get that? That Wheel of Fortune sits there going, that woman can help me make money. That Amy, she will help me make money.
That's crazy.
But that's it. This is it. This is where it sits.
All right.
And the number 1, the yellow, the sun, says, you can you need to focus on how you get this message as Amy Barroso and get people signing up to this, is you need to go to the top. the number one person in a company. So I know you were to go to a corporate company and you were to say, hey, I can help you with some of your design and so on. Don't speak to the graphic designers or human resource or any of that. You go straight to the CEO, because they're the ones who will want to communicate with you. Because number one says the boss. You're the boss, they're the boss needs to speak to the boss. No intermediaries. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. And the yellow, again, is it's standing in your power. It's the sun, the center of the universe. People understand that you will make them feel they're the center of the universe. When you created the Magenta logo for me in my book, I certainly felt like I owned the process of my new branding. You made me feel like a number one person, which was so cool. I still feel like a number one person.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm an afterthought or I'm an excuse for a business. I fully own it and in it. It's an I am presence.
Yeah, I do try and make people feel that they are the center, especially if I'm doing like the design stuff. I don't speak about, oh, I've got another appointment in 10 minutes, we got to hurry up. Like I don't appreciate that myself, and I don't want to put that on people. I know sometimes when, in that entrepreneur world, or, as you're getting bigger, you have to be like, okay, I have this amount of time and we have to get this cleared and all that. I think that rushing just leaves people with a really bad feeling. Yeah. And so, I can see why that would be there.
Was any of these, did you have a problem with any of these colors, or are you happy with them?
I don't have a problem with them. I sort of, in my date of birth, got okay with yellow, so that's cool. And I was just shocked at the amount of green that showed up, the Mercury stuff.
The Mercury, yeah. And it's Mercury is that it's just communication, a magnetic communication with the public. It's
well, here we will see if I'm magnetic.
I wonder if we will beat that 4.2k views on this one. Let's see. Well, that explains why the heck you've had the most views ever, because this energy. When we say, hey, Amy Barroso is on the show, obviously people want to hear you. So yes, no wonder. There is something I do want to point out, Amy, is we did it as Amy Barroso on this reading. We didn't do that middle name you've got on Facebook.
That's my maiden name, yeah.
Yeah, you might want to consider dropping it.
So yes. Interesting. I'm sorry, Dad.
For marketing purposes.
Yeah, for marketing purposes.
Yeah, because although you don't walk around saying I'm Amy Blinkenship Barroso, you normally say I'm Amy Barroso, right? You don't actually use the middle name. What happens is the energy of Amy Barroso, there's such a nice fit here, and it will be different with the Blinkenship. It changes this whole reading. Mm-hmm. So you might want to have a look at the alternative, what does it look like when Blinkenship is in there, and would you want to keep it in?
Well, Facebook is the only place that I have that in there, so it's it was more so that people from my past would know who that is, but who cares?
You might want to change it, because that vibration, your Facebook, if it is a marketing platform for you as well for your business, you might want to consider making sure that this is the frequency people get, so that you can get more business through Facebook as well. Okay, so that's just a little hint. Then you did something interesting, and this is I got this slide at midnight last night. You did something interesting. You took your business incorporation date, which was the 19th of February 2016. So let's just line that up for our viewers to see. So the day that you incorporate your business, it's literally the day your business is born. So your business has a date of birth, and Amy did it, and it came to bottle 19.
Yeah, this is what I like doing for the clients who come to me for branding. I like to find, if they have the information, it's good information to have. And it's interesting. I think it's interesting because it does represent the sort of birth of your company. And, oh, look it's there again.
So have a look at, you've got the 10 and the 1 repeating. Mm-hmm. In the day you registered, the 10 Wheel of Fortune, the number 1, it repeats the day that you registered. So tell me, how did this make you feel? Why did you decide to look at the date of birth of the company, your company, White Lightning Communications company?
Right. I fully bought into, if my birthday has a vibration and a meaning to it, then why wouldn't the company and the date of birth of the company have information hidden in there too? So
this says a lot about what White Lightning Communications is about.
I liked the look of it because now that I know what the bottles are, I was happy with it. I thought, yeah, there's that nice thing happening there with the Wheel of Fortune and the one. I liked the expansion of that.
The coral. Jupiter, the biggest planet to them all. Yeah. Our regular viewers know whenever the Jupiter bottle comes up, I get very excited because this says this is a big deal. This is a big thing. Mm-hmm. There's no limits to whatever is associated with it. So with White Lightning Communications, no limitations, girl. The world's your oyster.
Yeah, the only thing I couldn't really interpret when I was doing it was what this is. So, yeah, it's good if you can enlighten me to what the heck that is.
Well, 19 is the Prince of Heaven, and there sits the magenta and the gold. So, again, here, this is somebody who, because, I had Bante Saranapala on the show, and I spoke to him about why it's called the Magenta Show, and he said, yes, in Buddhic terms, that means the middle path, which is finding a balance between spirituality and your material world. Mm-hmm. So this is Buddhic bliss. This literally is about the Buddhic philosophy of the middle way. So you're also here as part of that whole 34/7 story to be the middle way, to find that middle way for people. And 21 is the key. Mm-hmm. You as well, your White Lightning company, what you set up here can open doors for people to get this Jupiter expansion and success. So first of all it's helped them find because what you're doing is exceptional. You're taking what's a graphic design business, which there are thousands of them out there, right? I mean, how many mail we get
tons.
About tons of people graphic design, and you're taking a soul story, that beautiful soul story that you want to add to it, to the brand. So you're combining the material and the spiritual world, and this is exactly what this Buddhic bliss is saying you're doing. Mm-hmm. You're doing something nobody else is doing. This 21 is a key. You're opening the key for people so that White Lightning can help them become this success, this grand success. But it also says White Lightning can be successful. You're going to help people make more money. And hear this, guys, if you've not had your branding done by Amy yet, she will help you make more money. This company is set up, it's geared up to do that. It's destined to do that. And number one, inspire people to become leaders in their industry, because that number one says the CEO, the one who's in charge. So
Brian, my king, my partner,
we love Brian.
He's the one who started calling me White Lightning because I went one day to go have an aura photo done. Oh. I don't know if anyone's ever done that. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. You put your hand on a ball and they take a picture of your aura, and it happened to be all white. So he's like, wow, that's pretty cool. So then he's like, you're just White Lightning. And I'm like, I love that. So now it's like my superhero name. It's my business name. Yes. It's my, I just love it. I think it fits who I am. And I could not have had a company name outside of that.
And before you even met Color Mirrors, you had the white, the name of a color in there.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So
and white holds all the colors. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I think it's... it's brilliant to get this insight. And so for those who are not, they're thinking this is a little too woo-woo or it's a little too out there. I think a lot of companies are moving towards adding elements of spirituality, except they're afraid to call it spirituality for fear of sending potential clients running, right? Yeah. But if you can ninja the deepness to your story by just using color, it's non-offensive. It's not doing anything to the conscious mind, but unconsciously it's like this powerful, huge message that people get to feel before they come to you. And so I think, businesses, my feeling is, now that I've figured out what I am and embraced what I am, I can take my creativity and I can now add that spirituality into it that was never there before. And I honestly feel like, this is cool. This is making me feel good, and I can...
Color's like that stepping stone to embrace your soul, but you can do it quietly. You don't have to make a big rah-rah of it. But it gets that subtle
people are doing connection. It in interior design. Yeah. When you walk into the Google offices or the Apple offices or any progressive company out there, they are using color in their interior design to make a statement.
Yes.
when you walk through their doors. So why not start a step before that and use it in your logo to energize it when people come in, and then carry it into your interior design, carry it into the clothes you wear, carry it into everything.
Yeah. So I love it. I love White Lightning. I've always liked the name of your company. I've always it felt good to have seeing it in these colors today. Tells me exactly why it made me feel good, because these are really power bottles. I just want to point out here that you've got 3 golds. You have a gold there, a gold there, and a gold there. So gold is about wealth, and it's about wealth creation. So you're somebody that doesn't just want to create the wealth for you, you want to share it. So White Lightning Communications is also a company that says, I will share my wealth with you. There's a lot of people that do that with their businesses, where they go, I want to make sure everybody benefits from the wealth creation. So I just want to make sure that you understand that people know that about you, which is why they want to invest with you, why they want you to work with them.
It's no fun to do it by yourself.
No. And to keep all the money and not share it out and make sure everybody benefits from your knowledge, not just the finances, but your knowledge and your wisdom. I think this is something that will, it will make you stand up in the crowd, it will make you stand up on that stage. People will just want to connect with you. Mm-hmm. So this is really great. So we've had a really deep, very, very intimate connection with Amy through your name, your date of birth, and the company White Lightning's date of birth. And we have permission from one of Amy's clients to share her story with you and her colors with you, just to give you an example of how Amy has translated what she's learned with colors into a process for a client. So the client that you've bought here is Michelle Hillier. Did I say her name correctly? Yep. And Michelle Hillier, give a shout out. Michelle said she's in California.
Michelle.
She's going to try and tune in. So we want to just have a look at what did Michelle's bottles look like. And can you please share the story with the viewers? So it's bottle 22, bottle 33, and then bottle number 6, Venus.
Yeah.
So 22, 33 master numbers. That's interesting. Tell us about this, Amy.
So first of all, I'm going to read you what Michelle is, because I don't want to get this wrong. So she's a breakthrough and performance coach. Mm-hmm. She is all about love and magic. Her company name is Inspired Magic. Mm-hmm. And so a couple years ago, pre me doing this, I was not a practitioner, but I was involved in the color. So I had her go to one of our people and she had her colors done. And the only request she had was, please don't let it be pink. And I'm like, well, I can't actually, take it away, because it is what it is. It's your birthday. Yeah. So we did it based on her birthday. And she had already come up with the name of her company, but we were working on the logo and the branding colors and all that stuff. So when I got this back, I said, oh, Michelle, it's all pink. And she was like, okay, I trust you. Let's see where it goes. And in fact, I think it's the middle bottle is the Love and Magic bottle, right?
Yeah. 33. Yeah.
33. The bottle is actually called Love and Magic. Yeah. So that is in her birthday. So we went ahead and we did the logo in, she wanted to, it's all about unlocking the power of your mind, and she's into NLP, and she wants to help people sort of reach their potential. So she really loved the tree. So we did like this spirally tree. Do we have the logo, Michael? Good. Yep. Okay. Yeah.
He's got it on. Good.
Since it was all pink, we went like all in with the pink. And so now that I have transitioned and sort of included this business part of it, I asked her if she wanted to go, like, let's see what Inspired Magic is, and do you have the Incorporation date? And so we did that, and now there's, she's into turquoise, and so we do have, there's some turquoise in there, and her book cover is, has got, like, turquoise door on it, and so she's very happy with that. But we also discovered that in the name of her business, she's got this 33 again. So Love and Magic is like what this girl is all about.
It's in everything.
To me, if you're looking for magic and you're looking to, how can you go wrong with someone's name that's like Love and Magic and it's Inspired Magic, and she's all about, empowering women and all that stuff. And, now her belief about what pink was, in the last year or so since she's had it, she can't imagine her logo being any other color. And at the same time, she bought one of the bottles to bathe in so we could blast through what this issue was with her pink and the love and all that
pink
stuff.
is love and money.
Yeah. So when we had a conversation about the whole pink thing, and we find it really funny because, you know, now she can't see it without it, but she's like, I had to see that. I had to go through that. I had to do the bath of the bottle. I had to see it in my logo. And now I have no problems with, you know, self-love, with knowing that I'm making the right choice moving forward with my business. She's got a story to tell people. And
that brand story again, that soul brand story. I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. So
did she send you a little, she told you a little bit. Amy was sharing some of the information with me of
she was saying, I asked her if I could have a few words just so that I could, you know, announce her properly. And so she said, you can use that I'm a breakthrough and performance coach. And the author of the book Inspired Magic, which we had up there. Or you can say how me using you was magic for her.
Aww.
Which is really
lovely, Michelle.
It's so cool. And I had the bottles at my house this past weekend, and the energy of them kept me up all night.
It's a freak vibration.
Yeah,
of them.
I don't know how you sleep.
No, we don't sleep in this room. It stays in the studio.
So I was so excited because I wasn't sure if I was feeling the energy of the bottles or feeling the energy of the people that were being drawn to the bottles, because they were also up late. Like, they were not able to sleep too, knowing they were coming the next day. So there's got to be something with this stuff. There's
magic in here.
Yeah.
There's definitely. Melissa Jolly, who's the founder of Color Mirrors, she founded it in November 2001. So the system's 17 years old. Mm-hmm. And, you know, her wisdom and her knowledge that comes through the colors, and you've been on some of her work when she's been to Canada, it's just phenomenal. And it's like a gift that keeps giving, because every time we line the bottles up, and for every person, so this might be a question that may have come up with the viewers is, well, if these are my colors, is my story the same as Michelle's story? No, it isn't. That's the magic of color, because your energy and the way your bottles and colors combine, each one is unique and tells a different story. So, and I've been doing readings like this for 17 years and I never get tired. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Michelle, this is amazing. That it's really the magenta, rose pink, and pink colors. So every shade of pink that you can imagine, she has. Sorry, but it was pink.
So the leaves on the tree in her logo were the different shades as well, which I thought was kind of neat, just to kind of capture what was going on there. And I just love how it's the story of her and how she can, you go to a networking meeting and it's like, oh, what do you do? And so now I feel like I have something new. I'm the only one on the planet that's doing that. When that hit me, I was like, what? That's crazy. But I am. Yeah. And so there's no other designers doing it. So definitely I want to be able to share that and give designers another stream of income.
That actually does remind me to say something to you, because all these turquoises that you have, if you look at the complementary colors, which are the corals, which is that Jupiter energy, if you're going to do this, you can do this really big. You can actually start an academy for graphic designers to turn them into master soul graphic designers. Wow.
That was going to be a question today for you. How do I think big?
Academy.
There we go.
You teach them, because the coral says everybody needs to know. That's the complementary color, because every color has a complementary. Red is green, black and white, and with turquoise, it's this Jupiter coral energy. Go big. Don't play small.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome.
Cool. Oh my God, you have got one hell of a career ahead of you. Right. So let's go back to our darling audience. If you've picked number 1, number 2, or number 3, we're about to reveal to you, let's just see if we can move it forward a little bit for the camera. We're about to reveal to you what your specific color message is for the upcoming week. And this week, trust me, they are really, really something else. So, whoever picked number 1, you've got Amy's pick of the week. And it is G26 Coral and Diamond.
Ooh,
Coral.
I didn't know that was diamond.
Coral and diamond. And this bottle, Amy, is called Alignment. This is coming, it's so exactly where you are right now. Everything coming into alignment. Finally, this is your moment. This is where, Amy, your purpose, your business, how you're going to serve, how you're going to make a difference. So everything coming into alignment. Literally your material world, your spiritual world coming into alignment, into a partnership. Because the number 26 is about a partnership as well. So for those of you who've picked Amy's pick, there's your message, my angels. This is a week where you're going to finally feel precious, because the diamond is very precious. You're going to, that all the effort you've put into that expansion planning and thinking and the coral that you've done, it's all going to feel like suddenly it's going to come into alignment and make sense. So be alert this week for a major aha moment.
Well, I do use the term alignment when I'm speaking to people about this business thing. Like, you're bringing that energy from your birthday, you're bringing that energy from your business birthday, and you're making sure that you're in alignment so that you actually love what you do. And if you can tweak it, awesome. Yes. If you can tweak something in there just to put an element of you and get that all set up together.
So for those of you who've picked number 1, if you feel that that's what you want to do, you want to bring more of yourself in alignment and you want a session, will you please contact Amy? Amy, how can people get hold of you, darling, so they can come have a session with you?
It on Facebook for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It may be minus the blank and sop by the time you get this, but
email?
Email address is amy.barroso@whitelightningcommunications.com.
whitelightningcommunications.com. Actually, there we go. Michael will make sure that it's on screen, and we will put it, if it's not on screen, we'll put it in the comments box for you, just checking in with them. Good. Those of you who picked number 2, you picked my pick of the week. It's C9, and it's completely clear, and it's all about white light. It was so funny when I looked at the wall of bottles and I had to try and pick a week for the week. I couldn't see any colors. I just went straight to this white light. This is
straight
actually
to the white lightning.
Straight to the white lightning. White lightning. I went straight to the white lightning. Oh, well, there you go, girl. Okay, that explains it. Anybody pick number 2, you got to go see Amy as well. Go and see White Lightning Communications, because it really is just this. Stepping more into your light and allowing your light body to shine. And so for those of you number 2, this is absolutely a week to let your light shine. This is not a week to put a hat over your head and pretend the world outside doesn't exist or you are not important. This is a week to literally come out of the spiritual cloud and say, hey, I'm here, I'm amazing, and this is my light. Don't hide your light this week. Look for opportunities this week for you to let people see the real, true, beautiful, bright, shining, white lightning person that you are. Okay, Cool. Number 3 was producer Michael's pick, and he picked G4, which it's copper and pink. So the pink coming in here again, just so Michelle knows we got her pink here again. This one, G4, is it's about Earth Mother, and it's about mothering, and it's about mothers and dealing with issues and anger around your mother. So darling Michael, you and I are going to have a nice drinky poo tonight, and we're going to find out what the heck's going on. So for those who picked number 3s, it's time to go and hug your mothers. It's almost like a special spiritual Mother's Day this week. So you want to just have a look at, where do you still have judgments about mom? Where do you still have judgments about your own mothering if you're a mother? And just healing that, just moving past that, because it's time to forgive and move on. Pink is so much about forgiveness. The copper underneath also says then you will feel more safe on the planet. You know what I know about this bottle when people pick it in readings, Amy? When they pick this, they're struggling to make money because they still have issues with mother. Because the copper, when you got your feet on the copper ground and you're nice and solid, walking and feeling grounded, you make money. You've got no problem handling money. Money comes from the earth. And you need to sort out issues or anywhere there's still kind of judgments around mom. And then you're going to start changing the tide when it comes to money. Okay, so that's the message for number 3. Amy, how was this?
This was amazing. It was great. I love everything about it. I feel like there's so much more that I can do and incorporate, and I'm feeling better about speaking to people on this level, speaking to them about what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I did it all weekend. It was like the weekend flew by, and all I did was have fun. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. Was that's when you know you're on sole purpose, when what you're doing that earns you your money is also fun, that you can't wait to get up to do it.
Yeah, and I thought doing design was that.
Yeah.
But this just amped it up.
It takes it allows that number seven spiritual and healer that you are to come in and have a say in the matter. To allow that spiritual healing in. So for those of you, please, my darlings, if you are looking for any help with your branding and you want the soul element to come in, you want more of a brand story, then please contact Amy. She will help you through the process. If anybody wishes to study numerology, it is something I offer. I don't normally on my shows talk about it.
Can I give something away?
Yes, you can give something away too. But just... we do have a workshop that's certified by Color Mirrors, and I think I have one running in November. You can private message me or just let me know in the message box if you're interested, because
it's
a massive course. It's eye-opening. Yeah. Okay, so Amy wants to give something away, so thank you for staying tuned for so long. Let her finish the show by making her offer.
Yeah, I want to, if you're sharing it, if you're commenting, I think maybe tomorrow I will get a list from you who shared and all that stuff, and we'll pick somebody and we'll do a
so the person who shared it the most, because you want to share on your timelines, groups, pages, keep sharing and share it again. I don't care if you share it your timelines 10 times, but if you want to win a gift from Amy, you need to be the number one sharer.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's how you will win.
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's how it is. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Amy, for coming. Thank you so much for sharing this depth of yourself and literally letting the world see you at a soul level. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being supporters of the show. Please share. Thank you. Goodbye, angels.